Oh, really? Is that how it is? Lose friendships that way as well. Meh. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to the channel. My name is Cassandra and this is where I respond to stuff on the internet for my entertainment and yours. If that tickles your pickle, then go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. In this video, we will be taking to Reddit to respond to some posts on there. And today we are looking at dating advice. So this post is titled 6 Dates, No Kiss. I, 22 female, have met a guy, 23 male, at a party and we've been texting and going out for about 2 months. But I have no clue what his intentions are or if he even likes me because he's been giving me conflicting signals. We've been on 6 dates, quote unquote. He's paid for every single meal and drink and has already spent almost $500 on me. This is a first for me since I'm used to splitting the check. Good. But he always insists on paying and says he was raised this way. He works in finance and I work in marketing, so we're both pretty busy. We don't text much throughout the day, and admittedly, we're both dry texters, okay? Dry in the textual area. However, when we meet, we get along and have fun just talking for hours. But then again, it's been 2 months and 6 dates, and he has still never tried to kiss me or initiated physical contact of any kind. I'm too shy to do it myself, and I also think he might reject me and it'll be awkward. But I'm also kind of bored and tired of this situation. What should I do? Should I just keep seeing him? What do you think about his behaviour? Well, OP. Girl, are you sure you're dating? Because you put like dates a couple of times. Why do you think they're dates? Why do you think you're dating? Because look, this ain't Avril Lavigne's world anymore, okay? It can't just be like, there was a boy, there was a girl. Bitch, that ain't obvious, okay? Like, please. So just because you're like of a similar age and of the opposite sex met at a party, clearly exchanged numbers, it doesn't mean you're going out. I mean, what's that, like six meetings in 2 months, which is 3 per month, which is like, yeah, 1 every week and a half, 2 weeks. I mean, that probably is more than you might see a friend. It's definitely more than I would see a friend, but that's because I don't like people and I don't like to go outside the house. So I'm just like socially awkward that way. But I think like, I know a lot of people who see their friends all the fucking time, and I literally have like ended friendships because to me, in my eyes, my perception, they were super clingy because they wanted to see me and talk to me and be physically around me, like in my space all the time. And I was like, bitch, I can't, no, stop it. So that's also, you know, the frequency of meeting also doesn't necessarily indicate that you're dating. He's been giving you conflicting signals. I mean, all I'm hearing so far is that he's not initiating anything that would be in the realm of dating. Where's the signal where you think that he is? He's paid for every single meal and drink. Okay, so maybe then because of that and because of the whole it's not the way you were raised thing or the way he was raised, maybe that's what's making OP think that this is like a dating thing. I would contest that. I think that culturally it can be considered a fairly safe assumption, but one, I think about cultural norms and what society expects. And 2, I was at some point involved with someone who was similar in that most of the time he did insist on paying for everything. I'm not like that, so there were some times where I like convinced him or whatever, I negotiated so that either I paid for all of it or I paid for some, but he was spending most of the money. And you know, I was saying to him, you know, like I'm not that kind of person, like I'm not seeing you like to get things from you or whatever. And he was saying, yeah, sure, I know that and it's great, but I mean, I don't know, maybe what he was telling me was bullshit, I don't know, but he was saying that like even with people who are just his friends, he was a straight man, so even with his male friends, he was like, he always wants to pay, like he always just, that's just a thing for him. So it could also be similar here. That's not necessarily an indication that you know, it's my treat because we're on a date. Like, that could just be the type of person that he is. And equally, like, I also know people who never fucking pay for anything. Like, they don't even split the bill and pay for their stuff. And I'm like, oh, really? Is that how it fucking is? Lose friendships that way as well. He works in finance, I work in marketing, so we're both busy and we don't text much through the day. Like, that's fine. Like, that's neither here nor there. Like, you're at work, bitch, do work. Both try texters, so I guess then that's not that interesting during text. There's no like wink wink nudge nudge, which is fine, but then also not indicative of dating. But when we meet, we get along and have fun just talking for hours. So can people who aren't dating. It's been 2 months, still never tried to kiss me or initiated physical contact of any kind. I mean, 6, assuming they are dates, 6 dates in 2 months, depending on what societal context you're in, that could seem like a long time. Certainly for me, it is. But, you know, so again, it's either like he doesn't even see this as dating and he's like, what? Why would I touch you? Or it could also be maybe he's shy. It could be that his morals and values don't align with, you know, already doing these things. Maybe to him that's not a long time. It could be any number of things. Like, this is so hard to tell. And you're too shy. OP says they're too shy to do it themselves and they think it'll be awkward. I get it, but at the same time, I'm very much like, oh, just do it. Like, I did like a whole thing on how to benefit from being uncomfortable. So I think that so long it is something that you actually want to do and that you benefit from, if you're uncomfortable doing it, if you're awkward doing it, like, you're not gonna get over that by continuing to avoid it. You know, it's like exposure therapy. If you're afraid of something, expose yourself to it more, do it more, try more, practice more, and eventually it's like, it's not gonna be so bad anymore. My doorbell just went, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, what was I saying? Yes, so if you're like feeling awkward and uncomfortable or whatever, like, just do it anyway. It's easier said than done, I know that, but like, I also, like, this is something that I have also been practicing for a long time as well, so it does work. Fake it till you make it and all the rest of it, blah blah blah. Maybe on my other channel at some point, so this how to benefit from being uncomfortable, that was originally a talk that I did in Philadelphia. I actually had a fucking great time, a lot of really, really good feedback. Maybe at some point I will adapt that content and do a video on it. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you would like to see that. Okay, what should I do? Should I just stop seeing him? What do you think about his behaviour? I think there's nothing wrong with his behaviour for a fucking start. And like I said, why do you even think you're dating? What has put that in your mind? Bitch, just ask him. Like, if he's a nice person and you get on well, there's no reason to stop seeing him, as in like literally physically seeing him and being friends with him and stuff like that. You can still be friends with him, but what should you do? Like, yeah, also kind of bored and tired of the situation. I would be bored and tired of it too, but what are you doing? Like, you're not initiating anything, you're not having conversations. What do you want? So again, you know, I'm just reading this post, like, I'm sure there's other factors to it, and, you know, no judgment or anything, but, you know, need to respond to the information that I have. I would have a fucking conversation. Just be like, look, yo, whatever his name is, like Brad, Todrick, fucking, I don't know. Just be like, yo. So the thing is, right, like, don't do it like over phone or text, right? Because you've already said that you don't communicate that well that way, and it's also not really a conversation to have, not in person. So have it in person. Next time you're hanging out, like, laughing and joking, like, by the way, like, just fucking come out with it. Be like, by the way, there's something that's been on my mind lately. Maybe it's gonna sound out of the blue, I don't know, but I would just really like to know the answer. So I hope it's okay, you know, for us to have a chat about it. I perceive what we've been doing over the last 2 months as dating, but since there's been no initiation of physical contact or a kiss, I'm not sure whether we are dating and if I got that right. Could you please clarify? How do you see it? Are we dating? Are we not? Discuss. Like, literally, like, if you want to know, just ask. And I say this to people all the time. Don't wonder, just ask me. Like, if you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you the answer. Like, how else are you going to find out? Like, like... To me, that's very simple. Just ask, just have the fucking conversation. Keep in mind, obviously, that you have to be prepared for both. Either he says, yes, we are dating, oh my goodness, it's just, you know, this, that, and the next thing, and you're like, ah, okay, then I understand it, sure, let's take it from there, let's talk about that. Or he's like, or he's like, what do you mean we're dating? Like, huh? And then, you know, you can have that discussion and be prepared for him either being like, I didn't know you thought we were dating and we're not, I don't see you that way. Or he could be like, I didn't know we were dating. Now that I think about it, maybe we could, you know, like be open to the possibilities, good and bad. But if you don't do anything, like I say, you can't just expect for stuff to happen without doing anything. Like you have to do something. Let's see what some of these other people are saying. He seemed really respectful, maybe that's why he hasn't initiated. Can you also help me out? Bitch, make your own post. Anyway, whatever. I'm bored of this now. I've told you my opinion. I've told you what I think. Again, we can only go from what they've written, okay? Like, no judgments, but we have to make certain assumptions. I'm entertained. Are you? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye, 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 bye.